Hey Shay, are you recording?
Yep. Yeah, I'm hearing.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the NerdVector BarTALK, and we're actually going to do an introduction today.
Dear God.
All right, yo, this week we have some stuff going on this week.
Yeah, and I've got my drink prepared. Like, that's the thing I do here. You act as my DD, and I get drunk and talk about media.
You're the Irish guy. You're the one that drinks more anyway.
Yeah, I lean pretty hard into my stereotypes.
Yes, you do. So do I, actually. I have a lot of Asian stereotypes. Anyway. All right. So we are going to talk about our main subject today is going to be Pacific Rim, the Black, right?
Yes, and I have the drink prepared. We could talk about it right now, real quick.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I did a variation of a Dark and Stormy today. I used dark rum. It is called Pacific Rim the Black. So I used the dark rum and blue carousel, give it a little bit of that like orange citrus. And I did a splash of lime juice and just finished it with ginger beer. And it is a beautiful, very dark blue drink.
I feel like we're leaning heavily into blue carousel. We've used it in like the last 4 drinks.
Oh, Godzilla, Pacific Rim, like, come on, it can't be avoided.
Yeah, we're kind of riding off the train of Godzilla vs. Kong right now. I did not get enough Kaiju vs. Kaiju or Kaiju vs. Mecha or anything.
I was about to say, we are like so into Kaiju world right now.
Yo, I almost wanted to watch Gundam again.
Oh, I was thinking about that because I do believe they've announced a Gundam live action movie as well. I don't have details on that, but I just heard that this morning.
I need to look that up. Okay. All right. Before we get into that, a lot of things dropped this week. A lot of big dates, actually. We have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale this Friday.
Yeah, which I thought we had another episode, but like, dang.
I thought it was 7 as well. I guess 7's our lucky number at this point, but I thought it was 7, but it's only 6 apparently.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's this Friday. Mortal Kombat drops this weekend as well. So this Saturday.
Very pumped about that
and oh yeah, I am totally hyped on that one. And yesterday, if you guys haven't seen it yet, you should. The Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi?
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
I'm Asian and I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I'm not completely sure. I'm too white.
Shang-Chi?
I'm gonna go with Shang.
We'll go with Shang-Chi. Trailer dropped, 2 days ago? And that shit looks crazy.
Yeah, that one I'm real pumped for, which is great, because also it's a character I almost know nothing about.
I'm not that familiar with it, but before we get into Shang-Chi, I know there's anime fans out there, and Demon Slayer was one of the best animes to come out in like 2019, I want to say.
Yeah, I watched it as it came out, and I binged it again when we were all in lockdown last year.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. I watched like 2 episodes today, but they released a movie, which is a continuation of season 1 in Japan.
Which I was curious about that. Like, it's a straight continuation of the storyline. It's not like just a side story that can or cannot like fit into the whole manga verse.
I actually haven't looked thoroughly into it.
Okay.
But it could be a side story because I know a lot of movies become side stories and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that I saw was it became the highest grossing movie of all time in Japan.
Which, that's nuts to me. I think what was it? The Godzilla movie that came out a few years back. I thought that was holding the title for a minute.
No, the title from Japan was Spirited Away.
Oh, Spirited Away. That would make sense.
Yeah. That did approximate, with yen conversion rates and stuff like that, 305 million when it was released in theaters. I think Demon Slayer is at right now 362 million, and it's still out.
Damn. Like, actually, damn, like an anime doing that. I knew when the Dragon Ball Super movie dropped, it did crazy great numbers, but wow.
Let's compare. Hold on. Dragon Ball Super movie. Sales in Japan. Let's see. Yeah, they did 124 million.
Yeah, and that's
total.
That's pretty damn high, and that probably doesn't.
That's just in Japan.
Yeah, I was
that's
about
not
to
worldwide.
Say,
that's
not
nothing like that. No, that's just in Japan. So
I'm curious to see what Demon Slayer is going to do internationally.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 124 million was worldwide for that movie.
Oh, that was international? Less impressive.
Yeah, sorry.
Garbage.
Oh, yeah, $124 million. Yeah, garbage.
Yeah, no, that's nothing.
You want to hear the budget for the movie?
What?
8.5 million.
Damn.
It's anime.
I'm saying damn, the producers made their money back on that one.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You can't get more iconic in anime than Dragon Ball.
Hell, our one friend asked his wife to marry him after watching that movie in theaters.
Dragon Ball engagement? Did the ring have a Dragon Ball on
I will say he had balls doing that.
Oh, definitely balls.
Especially originally, I was supposed to be the one to go to that movie with him.
So was he trying to propose to you?
I mean, a lot of people have.
Oh, Shay. Anyway, I'm actually very excited to get into Shang-Chi because the trailer definitely made it look like the Marvel Universe changed a few things from what I remember it to be.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that I noticed. I watched it twice over, but it was like super late at night for me. But like the choreography, like they emphasized the fights in the trailer.
Yeah, well, Shang-Chi is supposed to be the Bruce Lee of the Marvel Universe. They created this character to like piggyback off of like those Bruce Lee movies in the 70s that were so popular. So it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the director came on record and he said that he did not want to use CGI. There's a lot of wire work and all that stuff, but they wanted it to look real. And
yeah,
I think majority of the cast have martial arts background,
which is great, and I would take that as like, yeah, it's definitely the right move, and also a little reactionary over, like, they're correcting their mistakes from doing Iron Fist.
Right. Iron Fist definitely got a lot of backlash.
Yeah, nobody was properly trained. It was a lot of fast cuts, and for a character who's supposed to be the #1 martial artist on the planet, the fights were pretty lackluster.
Mm-hmm. Well, they went towards Wu Zhao. I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing that correctly, but
I have no idea what that word is.
It's the style of movie like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like those kung fu through the trees.
Do you mean like long shots?
Huh?
Oh, well, I get what you're saying now. Like through the trees, wire work, long shot fights.
Mm-hmm. Like the kung fu, the beauty of martial arts, they go through an adventure, stuff like that. I think this is Marvel's version of that.
That's what it's kind of looking like, which gets me excited. I like that Marvel's doing this branching out of styles. I don't know. It gets me excited. Like I said before, I know next to nothing about Shang-Chi, except for spoilers, he's the Mandarin's son.
Like, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by now. The actual Mandarin, not the stupid Mandarin from Iron Man.
He was great though.
Oh, he was great.
I can't hate him. Like,
No, he played the role perfectly.
yeah.
What was that? Iron Man 2? What was the actor's
3.
name? Hold
That
up.
was Iron Man
3?
3 with
3?
Extremis.
Yeah,
Which they
yeah.
kind of tweaked up the whole Extremis idea too. There's a lot of the backlash of Iron Man 3. They took all these concepts and changed them super hard.
Well, they change a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But, where was I going with this? You made me lose my train of thought, man.
Your mother.
My mother?
Yeah, I don't know. She's a very sweet lady from what I've told.
Sure. I love her, but she aggravates me. Anyway.
Makes sense.
One of the main differences that I did see is the rings are now armlets.
Yes,
not
I wanted to
actual
talk about
rings.
that. Yeah, they weren't finger rings; they were armlets, like they were bands, and they showed like what 5 of them up Shang-Chi's arm.
Well, in the trailer, you could see the Mandarin, like in one of the flashbacks when Shang-Chi is younger and they go through. He has all 10 of them on. And one of the scenes, he breaks like a mahjong table or something with it, and you see both arms like glow blue. Did you see that?
Yes.
So okay, the original 10 rings, right? They all had names. They were all supposed to be rings that held either
Different
the
powers.
dragon race. Yeah, dragon race or like super beings were supposed to be like they're semi-sentient artifacts, like the Infinity Stones.
Like, weren't they kind of like to use an example of like the Green Lantern ring? It wasn't just like anybody could use them because the rings were a little sentient.
Yeah. So like there's the Remaker, which is the matter rearranger ring. It you can change atomic and molecular structures, right? There's like the impact beam ring, which is influence,
Like a laser, right?
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I knew there was like a laser one, an ice one, a fire one.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna go through the whole list, but I wonder if they're gonna change that a little bit. I mean, each bracelet did look unique, as in when they glowed, they had different writings on it and stuff. But I mean, the original concept was each one had drastically different powers, and you can use 1, 2, 3, however many you want to. You don't have to use all of them at once.
So I'm actually curious about this. Like, are they gonna lean into like it's a combination of magic and technology? Like, or is this gonna be like a little Doctor Strange-ish?
Maybe. I mean, the Mandarin. Well, they're hinting that the Mandarin is long living, right?
Yes.
The rings gave him almost immortality.
Yeah.
And you see it's they're calling him a Wen Wu in this one. So they show him in the modern world, but then there are scenes from like old China.
Wait, is that the name of the Mandarin?
Yeah, his actual.
Oh, okay. So they're not calling him Fu Manchu.
No, they're not calling him Fu Manchu.
Which I had to inform you about.
Dude, I thought it was two separate people. But yeah, apparently the Mandarin is the politically correct version of Fu Manchu.
Like, I learned that pretty recently, how it used to be named Fu Manchu, and they had to change that.
Yeah, it's not. It's only a little racist.
Yeah. I mean, he did have a Fu Manchu.
Yes, definitely. And I had a COVID Fu Manchu. I just shaved it recently, but
right,
because I cannot grow a full beard for my life.
No, you and I kind of had like a matching Fu Manchu for a minute there.
But you had a little bit more bush in the cheeks and stuff like that, right? I get nothing. Like there's nothing. I get the 2 strands on the side of my mustaches, and I get that goatee on the chin, and that's literally all I get.
No, so. And I get that, and I kind of get sideburns, and nothing connects in between.
We haven't gone through puberty yet, Shay.
No, I'm bred from rednecks, so Irish rednecks.
I'm just waiting for puberty.
That makes sense.
Anyway.
Your voice is very high.
Back on topic. Yeah, there's different scenes. Like there is the war with the monks in old China, right?
Okay.
Their weapons glowed like the bracelets.
Yeah, so maybe there's dealing with like there's this mystical energy that like the rings use,
Who knows?
and other weapons can hold it.
Who knows?
Kind of like in Doctor Strange, they had the magically imbued weapons.
Yeah. The what were they called again?
I forget what the name was, but there was like the staff of Agamotto or something.
No, that was names. That was the eye of
Agamotto. There's the eye of Agamotto, of course. That's what had the time gem. But there was the staff in that movie. There's the cape.
Mm-hmm.
There's other items that all are imbued with this magical energy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait until the movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Marvel's known to stick to majority of the backstory, but they do use creative license to kind of make everything fit together.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. They tweak things. Like,
dude, I love the casting on this. Like we said, I think majority of them have like martial arts background, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I love that. Like, hire all of these guys who are just like martial artists, like with stunt actor backgrounds. I am totally about that.
I mean, Michelle Yeoh's in it.
Michelle Yeoh, you're gonna have to remind me who that is.
Really? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Oh my god.
The iconic, like...
Look, I do apologize. Dude. It's been like 15 years since I've watched that movie.
You know how you gave me a judging face last episode? I'm giving you a judging face now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But she's in it. I think she was the woman in the dress in the middle, where they really didn't show her face. I think that's her character.
A woman in a dress. That's so descriptive.
The yellow dress. They were fighting in the bamboo field. You jackass. You mother... You aggravate me so much.
I know. That's what I'm here for.
But Simu Liu, he actually tweeted in 2018 saying to give him the part of Shang-Chi.
Really?
Yeah. And in 2019, he retweeted that tweet and said, thank you.
I love that. I remember when stories were going around about this movie getting produced. It's so cool. Just people were pumped to be a part of this movie.
Yeah. I mean, Awkwafina. I love her since you ever watch Rich Asians? What was that movie?
Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians, yeah. She was great in that movie.
Actually, I did not. I watched like the CinemaSins or something like video about Crazy Rich Asians, but I never got the chance to actually watch the movie.
Oh, it's a very funny movie. You should watch it.
Yeah, I saw some points, and it's been on my short list for a very long time. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, but there's other Easter eggs. I love that there's reference to the 10 rings in other movies. You know, the Mandarin is primarily an Iron Man arch villain. Arch villain. Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this a lot. I'm gonna pronounce a lot of things wrong.
Yep. Just basic words, Chan.
Dude, shut up. Anyway.
we're just gonna go with English was your fifth language kind of deal today.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But like Iron Man 1 with what was the main villain in Iron Man 1?
It was Obadiah Stane.
No, not him. The one in the desert.
The one in the yes.
The original, the guy that captured him.
The terrorists. They
I forgot his name.
Printed references to the Mandarin, like they were working with the Mandarin.
Right. They had the 10 rings in the background. Like when Iron Man came out, people pointed that out. Mm-hmm. There were other movies that I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know that they kind of hinted in the background that, you know, the Mandarin's here.
Yeah, there's occasionally been a character here and there with like a tattoo or some kind of marking that kind of shows them being part of the Ten Rings. So
Yeah, and you can't see it if you're just watching the movie. You have to like deep dive into it.
yeah, like you don't notice it.
It's like 2 frames or 3 frames. Like you have to like deep dive into the movies.
Yeah, which I've always appreciated that. They're like laying that little groundwork here and there.
Yeah. But this summer might be explosive for movies and entertainment in general.
Well, we're finally gonna get the Black Widow movie, aren't we?
Yeah, Black Widow comes out in the summer.
Yeah, is that in June?
No, August or July, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe June. I don't know. This is slated to come out in September.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the Black Widow movie first, then this one, and I don't know what the next movie after that is.
Yeah, I'm pumped for all this Marvel stuff, and it's been criminal that the Black Widow movie hasn't come out yet. So, like,
Eternals is after that
oh
in
yes,
November. Then Spider-Man is December, and then Thor is February.
damn, it's just all coming out.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had a year of nothing.
Yeah,
So I am very excited about all this.
even though we could have had Black Widow, but they didn't want to release it because they weren't going to make their money back on it.
Yeah.
Understandable,
It was a business
but at the
decision.
same
It was a
time,
business decision.
I know.
Yeah, I know. You're pissed off because you just
Also, I
wanna
have a
see.
huge crush on Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I was about to say you just want to see Scarlett Johansson in tights.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. But yeah, I like that Marvel is kind of introducing other cultures, like you said, like other subsets and stuff like that. Like Black Panther was, they introduced like the African culture into the MCU. This now is like the Eastern Asian like culture. So yeah, they're diversifying.
Yeah, diversifying.
Yes, that's what I said.
Sure it is. But no, like I agree with you. I've been so excited to like see all the different cultures they're bringing out. And they did a little bit with Doctor Strange, Tibet, China.
Yeah, Middle Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been playing around with this for a while, and for them to just like dive into it now is amazing. I mean, Black Panther was amazing, except for the final CGI fight scene, which was a bit lackluster, and they apparently ran out of money and it looks like garbage. But,
But
like, overall, an amazing movie.
well, I know Shang-Chi does work with the Avengers in the comics, but I think they're gearing up for him to actually join the Avengers in the MCU.
Yeah, which I would love to see that. I want to see all these different side characters. I mean, hell, we've had everybody, all the basic, they're always a staple guys like Thor and Captain America and Iron Man. But actually, now that I say that, Iron Man used to be a side character, barely represented years ago. So having all these other characters coming up, like there's the new Miss Marvel. I'm blanking on her character name. She gets hit with the Terrigen Mist in the comics, and she has like amorphic, like shape-shifting powers, and her idol was Miss Marvel
Oh, interesting.
or Captain Marvel, but she goes by
Yeah,
the old name of Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. Well, there's also Moon Knight coming out and She-Hulk coming out. Like
Yes.
they're less, I mean, maybe not She-Hulk, but they're kind of lesser known characters in the Marvel universe.
She-Hulk's an interesting one though. Like she's fairly well known, but she's also a little bit like Deadpool in being like self-aware of the universe a little bit. And she's a lawyer.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's come up from time to time in the comics.
Huh.
and she's a lawyer for all the superheroes. I just want to see a law show with her. Her showing up all in green. Like, let's
Law
go
and Order?
full Ally McBeal on this one. Like,
Ally McBeal as the She-Hulk.
yes.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Because that was her thing for a long time in the comics. Like, they produced entire runs of the comics that is just her going into court cases.
A lawyer slice of life with She-Hulk. I would watch that.
Yeah, and
that
she doesn't show up as like her human form. She shows up as She-Hulk.
Right. I would watch that. That sounds very fun.
Yeah. Like, just the idea of that makes me giddy.
But I'm finally getting my martial arts kick.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Demon Slayer, Shang-Chi, like, I'm finally getting that martial art, hand-to-hand combat. Yes, I know Mortal Kombat and everybody has powers and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, you still have that kung fu fighting action that I haven't had in a while.
Yeah, and I think you and I both had that in the early 90s of that's what we grew up on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was the shit. Just all those, like, every kung fu movie or any movie that tried to emulate it even slightly, it always got me pumped.
Are we getting our fixes? Because we just got Godzilla. So I had a small bit of a kaiju fix, right?
Well, I just had
we're getting...
Yeah, I just had a conversation last night about apparently 90s style is back in.
Yeah, trends circle around.
Yeah. So I'm about to break out like my giant green and purple puffy jacket that I got from my brothers in the early 90s and is still too big for me as an adult, but I'm about to start wearing that out in public.
I might be dating myself with this, but should I bust out my Junko jeans?
Yes, please.
You remember those?
Yes,
those were ridiculous.
Dude, my brother used to have some jeans so big that one day he put me and my cousin, who's the same age, in each one of the legs of the jeans and like tied us up in them.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Junko jeans with just a black t-shirt
Yep.
and a North Face jacket.
Mm-hmm.
One of those puffy ones.
I can pull the stuff that my brother was such an idiot in high school. I asked him one day when we were sitting on a bench, like, so why do you always wear your hat sideways? He's like, you see those girls over there? Yeah, no, they're very pretty, like 10-year-old me. And he's like, yeah, so when my hat's sideways like this, they can't tell I'm checking them out. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, but you still look cool, so I'm gonna go with it.
Yes, because moving your hat sideways, they can't see your eyes or anything. Yes.
I was like, I have always latched on to that idea of my brother's an idiot, but I love him.
There's something fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it makes sense. You guys are related.
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, no, this is the one that's not related to me.
You're not brother?
Yep. Look, dude, I have 9 sisters, 4 brothers, and I'm an only child. All right?
Your family is so gigantic and weird with your dynamics.
The word is eclectic.
Yes, eclectic. We'll go with that. All right. Well, you want to get into Pacific Rim?
Actually, yes, because I've started sipping on the drink now.
Yeah, you said you liked it a lot.
Yeah, actually, this one, I tried a little baby sip before we got started. It actually, like, color-wise, like, dark blue turned a little bit on the dark blue-green spectrum. It looks like dark, deep ocean water.
Huh. I don't know. When I was watching the series, the drink that came to mind for me was Kaiju milk.
Yes, and you said that to me, and that inspired me a little bit on, I mean, the Kaiju, like the Kaiju milk, and we never really get to see it, but I imagine it like the Kaiju blood, how it's like glowing blue. but
Yeah,
very light blue.
light blue. I was imagining something light blue.
Yeah. So I went with the dark blue on this one just to try it. Um, like, damn, actually, I don't normally drink a dark and stormy, but it is my roommate Jenny's favorite drink. So I just added this extra citrus to it and made it blue, and this is delightful. This is a good. I can't drink beer. Carbonated drinks are tricky for me to come across that I really enjoy.
Hmm.
I enjoy this.
Yeah, well, I mean, a traditional dark and stormy is just ginger beer, dark rum, and lime. So you just
Yeah.
added the blue carousel to that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it just added a little bit of an extra citrus note to it,
Hmm.
which I really dig.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that being bad.
No.
I gotta try it out.
Yeah, I had to ask permission to use the last of the ginger beer on this one, by the way.
All right, so Pacific Rim the Black. What were your thoughts on it?
Okay, at first, let's talk about animation style. It's this thing Netflix had been doing, this CG cell shaded animation.
It looked good though.
It did. I think it started out very robotic for me.
Actually, I agree with you. The animation and the graphics, I think, were better later on in the season.
Yeah, once it got into episode 3 or 4, then it was more fluid and natural.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, watching the first episode, and I was just kind of thrown off a little. The lip flaps weren't quite lining up for me.
They were a little off. I did notice that.
Yeah. But that being said, the story is really cool.
Did you? It was a lot darker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, and this is us. Everything's full spoilers.
It's always full spoilers for this channel.
There's a moment in episode 5 or 6. There's this whole story of them being with a camp of survivors in Australia, and they finally escape. And one of the guys who became a main character for the previous 3 episodes, he gets his head blown off by a bomb inside of a walkie.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, that shocked me. I was so convinced at that moment that he was just a staple, he was always going to be there. He's this drunk engineer dude with deep psychological issues, but he helps everybody out a lot and he loves everybody. And then
at that point, I thought it was going to be the 5, and that was going to be
yeah,
the group, the main group
yeah,
of the anime.
Well, that was the thing. It's they became the main group at that moment.
And then May left.
Yep, and
Joel's head got
she
blown
left
off.
after that.
Right.
And it went
and
back.
Now it's back to the 3 again.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that kind of blew my mind, no pun intended, because his brain got blown apart. But, I mean, it caught me very off guard.
I mean, they started off the series with, what was the girl's name? Wow, my memory is bad. Kaylee?
Yes, Kaylee.
Yeah, Kaylee. She is curious. She goes digging around where she shouldn't and summons a kaiju to their peaceful camp that they've lived in for 5 years and literally gets everybody killed.
Yeah.
And now she has to live with that for the rest of her life. And talk about the PTSD of
that. She blames herself very hard for that. She has a couple of nightmares about that. Which
I would blame myself for that.
Yeah.
If I'm the one that triggered that, yeah, that would mess me up. Your friends, your family, the people you've lived with and survived with for 5 years.
Yeah.
And you get them massacred? Yeah, that would fuck me up.
I was a little surprised that they went within the show that nobody survived that
initial attack.
Yeah, I half expected, a few survivors.
Well, you never know. I mean, later on in the other seasons, they can reveal that, oh, somebody did survive.
Yeah, like somebody was able to get out and run away. I could see that.
Right, right. Yeah, they could always go back to that. But at that point, though, they
Yeah,
made it seem like everybody was dead.
yeah. And they showed like her best friend. Hell, her brother. I'm blanking on his name at the moment. He's the other main character.
Taylor.
Taylor. Um, the girl that I totally thought was Taylor's love interest, she was dead too.
Oh, yeah. What was her name? Yeah, she was like,
She was very short lived,
she
literally
was
and
like 3 minutes
figuratively.
of screen time.
Yeah,
She was like 3 minutes of
yeah.
screen time.
She was just inviting him to a bonfire and like, hey, I appreciate you, and like, hey, we're cool, right? Also, I'm very pretty, and now I'm dead.
Um, yeah, there's it. Her screen time is so short that she's not even credited in
Yeah,
the cast.
that kind of makes sense.
She had a name though. I forgot what it
Yeah.
was, but oh, you know who my favorite character in this whole anime
Is
is?
it boy?
No, it's Loa,
Loa.
the AI.
Oh no, Loa is the best. I
She is sassy, yo.
Yo,
I
and
love her.
like drunk engineer guy, his reaction to just meeting her and being like, I finally have met the perfect woman. And she is an
Yeah,
AI.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, dude, story of my life.
Like, oh, that AI is my favorite character by far in this whole anime.
Yeah, no, she is amazing.
What I'm afraid of is Netflix is very notorious with canceling things after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions that came out from this first, what was it, 7 episodes.
Yes.
And if they cancel it after season 2, it's just going to be a gigantic cliffhanger, and I'm going to be very pissed.
Yeah, same. I will say most Netflix animated series, they last 3 seasons.
Okay, 3 seasons.
Yeah, so that could give us a little bit more, but I am worried about that because this is bringing up a lot in the Pacific Rim universe. For one, the rift used to only happen like where the kaiju came from in the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, in the ocean. In the ocean, yeah. Look, they changed the lore of Pacific Rim quite a bit actually.
Well, I think it's like an evolution of it. That's how I took it. Like, yeah, it used to
Hmm.
just be in the Marianas Trench, but now it's just starting to happen across the landscape.
I missed it. Do you know where in the timeline of Pacific Rim this is? Would this be after Uprising?
I believe so. I'm not completely sure because, to be honest, I never actually watched Uprising.
Oh, I finally watched it like 3 days ago because it was on my FiOS TV because I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere, and
You're not missing much.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
not a good.
I mean, that's basically what I've heard. I want to watch it at some point, but it's one of those I'll only watch it if it's easy.
Yeah, maybe I'll give you my FiOS password and you can watch it. I mean, it was enjoyable, but you're not missing much. It's not. It's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, like the rifts opening up on land all over Australia, and it's called the Black because the humans destroyed their satellite network. So there's no communications. There's no nothing. And I'm kind of curious as to why they destroyed everything.
I'm curious about that too. I was a little lost, like ever so slightly, on just the idea that at some point they declared Australia like the lost continent.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's just Australia or is it the world.
Yeah. So they go into this, it happens in like episode 6, I believe. They show like they introduced ghost drifting.
Yeah.
And wow, on that one, that was a thing. They
Well, they put names up there
yeah.
that were noticeable, except for the third person, which was the one that he ghost drifted with.
Yeah, and in his ghost drift, he relives this experience that they actually show in episode 1.
Yeah, with the kaiju battle.
And I was curious about that. I maybe wasn't paying all that much attention, but I assumed that was his parents' Jaeger or just like another rando who died fighting in this big battle in Australia. And then they brought it back and re-showed it.
Yeah, when I saw it, it actually looked like Striker Eureka with the blades on the arms,
Uh-huh.
and the model was similar. So I was like, oh, maybe they're continuing that, but nope, it was completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah, and I was surprised by that they showed it in episode 1 and brought it back in episode 6.
Hmm.
That's the person he was drifting with. And then in episode 7 they go into he has memories of these people that died, and then they poke him and go, "You don't actually know those people." And the AI
Right.
is like, "That's an after effect of ghost drifting."
Hmm. Well, what they said, what was it? Joel, when he drifted with those uh the Marauders,
Yeah.
like he was probably clumsy beforehand, but then he got those hand-eye coordination. He was able to like throw the screwdrivers and stuff.
Yeah, and he
So
was able to juggle. He was like, apparently I can do this now.
yeah. But I think that just sets up for Taylor just becoming a better pilot in a very short amount of time,
Yeah.
because they're going to need that in order to survive.
Yeah, so he has these memories like programmed into him now of this veteran pilot.
I do like that they go into like categorizations of the kaiju, like leatherbacks,
Copperhead.
slathers, and mutivores or
Yeah.
whatever. Like they actually like, and there's multiples of them.
Yeah.
The original movie, they're like every kaiju is a little different. Every kaiju is essentially similar, but they all come with different variants. This one changes that to, yes, there's the same one over and over again.
Yeah,
So
and I like the idea that Copperhead in particular was kind of like the big bad of the season. He kept showing back up.
yeah,
Especially introducing the fact that they have a Jaeger that didn't have any weapons. So they were just trying desperately to keep this thing up and running and maybe find weapons and like whatever to keep them alive.
they need to repaint Atlas Destroyer. It's so bright that you
You don't
could
like the
probably see
color?
it from miles away. No, I like the coloring, but like for survival, come on. That thing is bright.
I don't disagree with you. That thing like screams from 10 miles away.
Yeah, it's it. I mean, I like the colorization. That's fine. But this is a dark survival anime, and they're running around with the only Jaeger in Australia that's bright yellow,
Yeah.
orange, blue. Yeah, those colors.
Yeah, it was blue and orange yellow.
Yeah. So, I'm interested to see how this progresses, because it was a short season. I feel like it was just a setup season. They kind of threw some questions and mysteries at us at the end, but it kind of just set the world, gave you the characters, gave some backstory.
Yeah, and we
Season 2 is going to be where it makes it or breaks it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they set up the whole thing with Boy that they're calling him.
The Kaiju Messiah.
Yes. Which
And
the
the
sisters they
sisters?
set up in episode 3, but we don't see them until the last episode.
Yeah, they got mentioned when they were in Bogan,
Yeah.
the survival camp.
And apparently, like, they're in control of those kaiju dogs that are,
I mean,
like,
Yeah.
They're like a story tall, but they're small for kaiju.
Yeah, which is a whole new thing because
Yeah.
that didn't exist in the original two movies.
Yeah.
I mean, the mother and father, of course, Ford and Brina, they also mentioned in that video recording in Hunter that the kaiju were getting more intelligent,
Yes.
more cunning, or whatever they said.
Yeah. It was along those lines that they're just fighting different, they're acting different.
And it's getting harder.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. I mean, kaiju in the first two movies they were just animalistic beasts, and now they're getting intelligent.
Yeah. And with the rifts opening up like on an actual continent instead of like the bottom of the ocean, there's some shit going down in this world.
Mm-hmm. What you think about that biomech?
Oh, that's a real interesting one to me. And especially with like boys' interaction with it. Like it seems to want to follow him and protect him.
Yeah, there's some type of history there.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see Uprising. So in Uprising, the main storyline is there's a conglomerate that wants to put drones out in drone Jaegers out to protect the world instead of having pilots because it's harder and harder to.
And they do mention that in this. They mention the drone.
That's where it's from, and it made sense because the Uprising, the drones, technically were made out of like kaiju meat. I don't know what part, maybe kaiju brains, I don't know. But they were encased in the pilot seat and they were the ones controlling the drone. And the biomech, it kind of was introduced in Uprising. This is like the evolution of that. Like this guy is a lot stronger. It took down a category 4 in like half a second, right?
I remember that in the trailers on like there being a weird discolored mech in Uprising that seemed to, I never knew what it was, but it seemed to be like different from the others.
Yeah. I actually never saw the trailer for Uprising, so I don't know what that was referencing, but basically, yeah, that's what this is. It was drones, and they got taken over. So we'll see how it goes. Kaiju Messiah, they're getting more intelligent. The sisters with the dog kaiju.
I just want to make sure Boy becomes human again, because if I'm not mistaken, at the end of this season, he's still in his kaiju form.
He is, I believe, yes. They did not conclude that.
Yeah. And he looks a little like a gremlin. Like Gremlins 1 and 2.
A little bit, actually. The face of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the little frills on the side of his face. I was like, oh my god, he's a giant gremlin.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I am looking forward to it. I want to see how they conclude a lot of things. I want to see how they resolve some of these mysteries and reveals and stuff like that. I don't think this series is that popular, though. I mean, you stumbled upon it. It's not like it was marketed very well or anything.
Yeah, it hasn't been marketed very well, in my opinion. I stumbled across it last week as a release, and I was like, oh, wait, this is coming out?
Oh, it's been out, apparently. It came out in...
No, it came out, like, last week.
It came out March 4th.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago was April 4th.
Well, now I'm looking at the calendar and going, huh.
It's been out for a month and a half, and there was no talk about it.
So that also delves into how badly this has been marketed. I'm shocked because it's really good.
I enjoyed it. I watched every episode, and you know how I judge a good series is, do I want to watch the next episode right away?
Yeah.
And
I binged this.
I kept wanting to watch it
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Let's see. Wiki. How was the reception of this? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 75 based on 12 reviews. 12. so there's not that many reviews there.
Yeah.
Says, while the black carries over all the grit, but little of the humor that distinguishes the Pacific Rim film franchise, its striking visuals and expansion of series lore will likely please kaiju fans. Yeah, like I said, it was darker than I expected, and
Yeah, I agree
both
with that.
movies from Pacific Rim, they had a lot of comedy in it. It was a lighthearted movie. This is nowhere
Yeah,
near lighthearted.
that first one, I mean, it had me back and forth laughing and then getting locked into these giant kaiju fights.
Well, we'll see what the future holds for this one.
Well, what else do we have to look forward to?
Oh no, let's see. What entertainment stuff is coming up? Oh, actually. Are you a fan of the BioShock series?
I never really played it. All my friends did.
Blasphemy. You are disowned.
I know. I know the story, but I never really played the story.
So BioShock, who develops BioShock? Hold on. BioShock 2K. They posted for an open world developer position. And the hype around it is that BioShock is going open world.
Oh, that's interesting.
But, you're not a BioShock fan, so go screw you.
I can always go back and play them. They've always been in the back of my mind. Don't hate on me too much.
No, I just like hating on you, period.
That's fair. I always had, my friends, Devin and Matt, they were the big BioShock guys. So I know everything that's ever happened in those games. I just never physically played them myself.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was pretty stoked, honestly. So let's see how that goes. Yes, I said stoked. You have anything else on your radar?
Nothing too much. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff coming out the next few months, but I think we talked about it. I am, I just want to see another trailer for the new Pokemon game. I want to get a hint at what's going on there. I also, I don't know. I'm still waiting on new seasons of The Boys and.
Oh, I still have to watch The Boys.
Going on Invincible.
I still have to watch The Boys.
Which I think there's a new episode of Invincible up, so I'll have to watch after this.
Oh, okay. Need to watch that. We need to catch up on Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yep, and I am caught up, but I do want to rewatch the last episode. I very much did that last episode with the girlfriend sitting with me asking a million questions.
You're caught up. Yeah, I'm not caught up at all. Movie-wise, and some other things outside of what we're talking about. They're rebooting the Saw franchise. Yeah.
Are they? Oh, actually, Amelia will be pumped about that.
Yeah, I like the original Saw movies, so they were good.
That was another one I never really watched the Saw movies.
It's mystery horror drama, I guess you can call it. It's a good series. They're just fun horror ones.
Yeah. Which I'm down with. I just never really got into them.
There is a new Ghostbusters coming out. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw the teaser trailer for that one a long time ago. I'm curious what they're going to do with that. I know part of the backlash, there was all the backlash on it just being female Ghostbusters, but also there was an issue with them distributing the movie with China, apparently. So they lost out on, potentially half their box market.
I didn't know that. Well, I know we're marketing this channel as, movies, TV, anime, games, but we really haven't talked about games. I am looking forward to Far Cry 6.
Oh, I saw about this, like Far Cry 6. Somebody was just showing me this the other day. I mean, I'm curious about that because I also wasn't much of a Far Cry person, but I'm interested in the story.
Yeah, I'm a Far Cry fan. So I played 4, I played 5 extensively. 1, 2, 3 I played, but not as much. Apparently Far Cry 6 is going to be bigger than Far Cry 5, which 5 was gigantic. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, Horizon Forbidden West. You haven't played Horizon
I have
Dawn,
no idea what that
yeah,
is.
never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Get me to play.
I need the voice in my head. He's my game guy. I talk to games about him. We talk about movies and TV.
No, same.
Where is the voice in my head?
I need that boy. I need that boy yelling at me in the corner of my ear, like, this game, this game. And then I actually play them. I mean, the most recent thing I played was a couple of games that are like 2 years old at this point. Like
Digimon?
Spider-Man. And Digimon. Yeah. Those were my things recently. And I spent a lot of time on.
Okay, well, maybe I'll do the game news next time, and we'll go from there.
I'm gonna go like cruise the PlayStation store and see what else is coming out, because we did have a blank spot for a while. Like nothing new came out for pretty much a year.
No,
at least nothing we cared about.
Yeah, well, COVID, pandemic, people at home. Yeah, everybody had to adjust.
We did get Final Fantasy VII.
I need a PS5. That's what I need.
It's on PS4, right?
Yeah, I don't even have a PS4. The last PS I bought was 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, wow. I've been a PC gamer. Like that's my console.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I've never really been a console gamer, so I do need to buy a 5. I need to play that remake. I do.
So I could say the one thing I am excited about gaming wise, they're coming out with the next chapter of Final Fantasy VII, which seems to overlap with the story they've already done.
Yeah, you said with different characters, and they're supposed to join the Cloud and
the main cast.
Yeah, the main guys. Yeah.
But and I think you put it this way, like it's not canon. But I think
shut up.
If I remember correctly, it's the ninja girl,
Yuffie,
from the series. Yuffie. I think it's her and a like small team of like 1 or 2 other people, and they're going through a side adventure while the initial story is going on in Final Fantasy VII.
It's not canon.
Eat all the things.
I'll still enjoy the game, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, the fact that you haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake upsets me, because it is amazing.
Oh, I know. You raved about it the whole time you were playing it.
Oh, dude, that got me through half of my lockdown.
Yeah. Whenever I called to check in on you, you're like, "Yo, I'm playing this," and I've been playing it for like I 100%ed it, and I'm like,
yeah, I'm at 99.8% right now. I'm just doing this.
All right.
You're like, what else are you doing? Drinking whiskey.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, Shay, you want to call it there for tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'll do all the things.
Yeah. What are we plugging? Plug the things. Plug all the things.
All right. We are on YouTube, and it's NerdVector on YouTube. Our Twitter is at TheNerdVector. And we are on Spotify and Anchor. And yeah, we're on like 6 sites now, which is amazing. And all of them are stuff that I never knew existed. Hold up. Loading it up right now.
Yep.
Well, we're on Google Podcasts now, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify for our podcast version. So,
sweetness.
Yeah,
and I'm planning on us having some more content, like besides just these podcasts, in the very near future. So,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start a Let's Play or something.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And we've got our Let's Play friends.
Yeah.
Like, we got some people to, do this with. So.
Well, we also have the voice in our head, Dalton. He'll be sending me some footage
our
for
Fanatic
his stream.
Panda.
Yep.
If anybody searches Fanatic Panda, he does great streams and good friend of ours.
Yeah, I'll have to get his actual handle. Is it Fanatic Panda? FNAC?
Yeah.
TIC?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell, but
sure, we'll go with that. You're asking me to spell. This is going to end horribly.
Yeah. But he actually just posted something last night. He sent it to me. Like, always have fun checking him out.
Oh, maybe. Well, I need to find him first on Twitch. Either way.
You do realize we're also Discord friends,
right? Yeah, I know. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening again. We'll see you next week, unless you got anything to say, Shay.
Nope. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.